guys, still there. Welcome back to Victory at Sea Pacific. It's episode 12, and I have some news about a patch. I'm currently running version 1.0.4. This is the beta version of the patch, and they have implemented a number of bug fixes, so I hope that the game is going to be gradually less and less buggy. Now, as for the particular episode right now, I have captured the Marshall Islands. I have Macon Atoll. I would like to go in this episode for Tarawa, Tuvalu, Tulagi, and Guadalcanal. Not sure if I can get all of that done in this episode, because it is quite the distance and I have no idea what I'm going to be encountering in the meanwhile. So we'll just have to see how much terrain my fleets can capture. Now let's see who is where and what they're up to. Task Force 18. Powerful group, 2 aircraft carriers. You're going to go for Tarawa. Task Force 24, that's another 2 aircraft carriers. But no, actually they're both full power groups. TF-20 is the battleships and a cruiser. No, actually I don't want to join them up. Task Force 41 is the Lexington, on the way to the Marshall Islands. Task Force 24 is the Indianapolis, going back to the Marshall Islands to get repaired. Task Force 33 is going back for resupplies. Supplies should be delivered soon-ish. 750 fuel coming in, another 750. I thought there was a third one coming this way. That one? Yeah, another 1,000 fuel. The ships that I'm building currently are mostly Liberty class cargo ships. I also want to have a couple of oilers because those things bring in the majority of the stuff. They're costing me 100. I don't have that much. Alright. Let's see, anything else that I haven't looked into yet? I don't think so. Task Force 43 though. The Princeton, one of those smaller carriers, the Las Vegas and the Raleigh. I can have this group patrol and make sure that there is nothing further coming in from potentially Truk Lagoon. Task Force 20 is not looking very happy. Let's see if we can cheer these gentlemen up. We're going to give them maximum food. They have seen a lot of combat and I might... Yeah, that... Probably the way to explain why it's happening. Oh, and there's too much active crew. There we go, +1 morale per day. Excellent. I probably had the crew selector switched to maximum because I was initially working on keeping those battleships alive and maximizing their AA. What? The Aurora is out of ammo for its rear guns? Okay. I want you to get resupplied. I hope there's enough shells out there to actually resupply that ship, but I suppose there will be. Okay, let's speed things up. Fog of War is still acting a little bit unpredictable. There's Force 42, there's Force 40. We're probably also going to see additional ships come off the shipyards. Stateside, that is. Aha! Look at this. The Marshalls finally have been resupplied. They have almost 2,000 points of fuel ready. These ships all look good to go. How about... combining a couple of these groups. Let's have the DDs patrol. Oh, actually, we already had a patrolling force, didn't we? Yes, that one. Of course, and this is something else that I hope they change. You still have to send up patrols manually. I could send my smaller destroyer force from the Marshalls over to Wake Island and go on a patrol from Wake Island. So we're going to be patrolling this part of the North Pacific. Task Force 24, the Indianapolis. A highly distinguished ship already. Where we're going to send you. I could send it along with the other ships here, the 2 aircraft carriers. So 24 and 34 are going to be joined. Did they actually merge? Yes, they did merge. Okay, perfect. Indianapolis, the lead ship there, Coyote and the Diamondback. Excellent. These are going to be heading directly south. And they're going to be looking to taking the Solomon Islands. In the meanwhile, I have enough war bonds to get another tanker built. So let's get to work on that, because they take a while. 25 days. We have 3 Cleveland-class light cruisers coming off the shipyards at Pearl. San Diego is going to be delivering a Lexington in 30 days. What is this? 2 more Clevelands and another Lexington, but that's 40 days. I think I can squeeze that into this episode. Now, speed things up. Let's keep scouting out the area. If there are enemy ships around, I want to know about it ASAP. I would love if they would actually add this as part of, I'd say, a patrol. If you could say, hey, I want to have this patrol not just go for moving in a particular pattern, but if there's a carrier in that group or a ship that actually has aircraft, I want to launch those and scout around, so I don't have to micromanage those. Anyway, this Task Force 43 stumbled onto a couple of cargo ships. So let's have a look at those up close. I think I won't really need the Princeton for this. Where was that box again? Where it said you could create a new fleet? Somebody commented on a video. Let me see if I can quickly get that. Because this is one of those things that they really need to work on. Fleet. Not really sure. Oh, Task Force 43 is already engaging. Alright, let's enter combat. I would like the carrier to just hold off. I don't need the carrier to be launching any aircraft, so we're going to... where was that again? You can say I do not want my aircraft carrier to launch anything. Recall all flights. Cruisers. Able Squadron. I want you to just head out there and hit everything you can see. Same goes for the rally. Circle formation is not really what I require, just go for a line formation. Now the Independence class, the Princeton, it probably has plenty of ammo on board, but I mostly just want to save that for actual threats. Stuff that could threaten the cruisers. Steaming up at 34 knots. You'd think, there we go, that they would be in range by now. Looks like some of these are firing back. Their aim is not as good as you'd expect at this range. I mean, for a cruiser firing at a ship that doesn't actually take any sort of evasive action, you'd think that their fire would be extremely accurate. Alright, I'll let these guys handle it. Speed that up. This is not very interesting to watch. There's another one. Got the oil tanker. Sorry about the environment. I hope the oil tankers were empty. Okay, task force destroyed. Excellent. So that gave me a nice bit of war bonds. And with those war bonds, I can invest in a couple more ships. Now, considering how much fuel I'm using, I think sending out, or starting to build, a couple more supply ships, especially tankers, would be handy. I'm going to build one here. And can we get... Yeah, we can get 2 of them here. Okay. Back to Task Force 34. Which is still merrily on its patrol down south. Task Force 43 is going to continue its maneuvers. Holy crap, what hit the rally so bad? Now I have to send you guys back for repairs. What the hell damaged you that bad? Alright, TF-20... Ah, right, that's the battleships. Scout it out. Maybe the battleships can do some damage at Truk Lagoon. Yeah, we're going to scout it out. We're not going to engage it just yet. I'm assuming that Truk Lagoon also has a good number of aircraft nearby. Maybe these carriers can intercept this first. No, I'm going to stick to the plan. I have this tendency of just going for targets of opportunity. But I don't want to do that this time around. Okay, this is Task Force 39. They're still on patrol next to Tuvalu. Here's Task Force 18. Oh, my destroyers are running out again. Oh, this is wonderful. Can we put these guys on... Yeah, not really. There are cargo ships inbound, supposedly. No idea where. Oh, hello. Why are there so many submersibles near Midway? Just checking. Let's get to work on that. Apparently we have no further stuff in the hangar. That's unfortunate. I have a couple of war bonds. Let's see. Can I buy a couple of Catalinas, put them in an ASW roll? ASW swap. Come on. There you go. Okay, Catalinas. Where are you guys? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Have a good one. Successfully occupied Tarawa. Excellent work. The Victory-class cargo ship is now available at any shipyard. Casablanca-class destroyer escort carrier, not a destroyer. The Hellcat fighters, oh perfect. Available for service aboard our carriers. Hang on, does that mean that they all get upgraded? Is that what they're saying? No. That's not quite it. I think I'm going to have to send these guys back to port, any port, to make that happen. Anyway, Tarawa is one of the islands I want. Tarawa still has some fuel, not a whole lot. Move on. 42, Amberjack. 34 is out and has no idea what's going on. Oh, wrong group. Let's scout out the west flank as well. Okay, Task Force 30... Ah, right, you guys are here. Good. Now, let's get you guys resupplied. Take on some fuel, please, because there is fuel available. No? Yes? Maybe? Which is going to be? There we go. Resupplied. Excellent. Alright, now you're going on patrol. Around Wake Island. Wake Island is still being repaired. The port here is almost completely operational. Oh, the British are operating here. With a bunch of destroyers and cruisers. Okay. That is interesting. Let's move over here. Get to scout out these two ports here. So the Brits are making progress. Good. Where was my lonely aircraft carrier? Oh, hold on. 2 destroyers and 2 light cruisers. Task Force 34. Let's do some damage. The Coyote can also send its aircraft. Sorry, it's the Diamondback that needs to send its aircraft. Are the torpedo planes in range? No, they're not. Okay. Just going to be dive bombers then. So long as we can keep an eye on these things. Glad I pulled out a scouting force. Hold on, gentlemen. Attack. Yep, now they're going. I know I have a lot of war bonds stored up. I need to start something with those. So we can get some damage in. Broome is under attack. Where the hell is that? Oh. They have 3 battleships. Attacking the west side of Australia. Well, I don't really have the assets to send anything over there in time to stop that. Okay, 1 destroyer left. Good work. There was 1 carrier that I'd sent on the move. Which was that? The Princeton? No. But I might be able to upgrade stuff on the Princeton. Yes! There it is. The F4F, the Helldivers, the Dauntless, and the F6F Hellcat. Look at that. Okay, you are going to get a couple of new aircraft. That is unfortunate, but I don't really have anything. The Wildcats, we're going to swap you. I want to swap another one here. These are Dauntlesses and Avengers. I have the Helldivers. These can be armed with either torpedo bombs or torpedoes or dive bombs. Range 870. This is what I have on now, right? Yeah. Hang on. Getting a bit confused. Which planes do I have here? That's these. That's the Avengers. I'd say the Helldivers are the better option now. So we're going to swap you. And I'm going to swap those Dauntlesses as well. That's Helldiver, swap, and swap. Okay, good. So now, this aircraft carrier has way more firepower than it used to. And they are currently, I think, repairing both the Vegas and the Raleigh. In the meanwhile, the aircraft carrier can still do some recon duties. So let's send out a spotter / dive bomber over there. You're the lead ship, and one over here. Okay. Now, upgrading these carriers to have the newest planes is going to be somewhat expensive. Let's go to Tarawa with Force 18, so I can upgrade the Lexington and the Hornet. That could be a useful dedication for my war bonds. It's almost repaired. Good. Ah, Lexington, you're here. Excellent. Oh, the enemy fleet's been destroyed. I believe that is the fleet that was being engaged by, yep, the dive bombers. Lexington, you get to join this task force. Hold on, does that make sense? Because the Princeton is an escort carrier. Yeah, merge. Okay, now I need to look at the flight deck of the Lexington. Want you guys together. Oh, hold on. Shit, they're no longer in port, are they? Lexington. Oh, hold on, is the Lexington not in port yet? Is that it? Lexi, where are you? There we go. Okay, this is going to get expensive because I need to swap out a whole lot of planes. Like a ton of them. These are the Devastators. Range 378. These are the dive bombers that I have right now. These are the torpedo... Sorry, these... My bad. These are the dive bombers. And these are the torpedo bombers. And considering that I can now use the Helldiver as either a dive bomber or a torpedo bomber, that means that I have a little bit more flexibility with those birds. So this is going to get expensive. Alright. Starting at the top. I think I can adjust the whole deck setup, by the way. Dauntless. Swap. And this allows me to have a very flexible aircraft carrier because I can tune it into either a dive bomber group or a torpedo bomber group, depending on the type of target that I'm looking at. Is this another one, I think? Yep. Swap. Is that all of them? These are Dauntlesses. I also want to have a couple of Hellcats there. These are even more expensive. Oh, that... well, that's me done. Swap. And that's another one. Okay, I want this carrier to be set up as easy as possible. Hellcat fighters, Wildcat fighters, dive bombers. If these things could actually be sorted out, that would make it a bit easier. You just swap with that thing and back. Does the carrier actually sort itself out? Helldivers, Helldiver, Wildcat. No, it doesn't. Great. But I can select all fighters, all bombers, or all torpedo bombers. Okay, I can live with this for now. So Task Force 43 has a fair bit of firepower. Let's have them assist here. These guys are going to scout it out, and who knows what they'll find. Maybe there's another group of ships that are docked there. Maybe there's a convoy coming either my way, or... we shall see. Okay, Task Force 34 does not have any orders at the moment. These are still packing the older aircraft. Should I head south? Where's the other group again? Didn't I order you to go? Oh, wait. You were still being repaired, right? TF-18 moving to Tarawa for actually taking on new aircraft, but I am pretty much broke. So I hope I can actually get enough funds to buy a couple of new aircraft. Now the Barb and the Angler. Task Force 20 has been attacked. Well, I suppose that was to be expected, considering how close we're getting to Truk. We're gonna have to wait for that carrier group and their cruisers. At the moment, there is nothing I can do for these ships. It's just a matter of life is going to suck for a little. And yeah. I hope I can get a bunch of war bonds from just scouting out Truk Lagoon, and not even attacking it, just scouting it out. TF-20's been attacked again. Looks like they're going for the Aurora. Oh, enemy vessel spotted. 4 destroyers and 1 battle cruiser. Fair enough. That's still manageable with 2 battleships and a cruiser. If an aircraft carrier pops up, that whole plan goes out the door. And it becomes a much more dangerous op. 17%, 20%, 23, 24, 26. Okay, keep going. The submersibles. Yes, of course it has. Alright, I want a scout group. Can we just order that already? Scouting at Tulagi? No. Oh, it has been scouted. Oh, both have been scouted. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Recon Truk Lagoon, 50 war bonds. Thank you. They're still under attack. Looks like the destroyers and the battle cruiser are going to come out and play. I'm game. I really need those carriers up here. Yeah, fuck it. Damage or no damage, you're going. Go and fight that task force. I can handle 4 destroyers and a couple of, or 1 battle cruiser. And then who knows what sort of damage we can do against Truk Lagoon. Enemies near the Solomons. Oh. That's nice. The Indianapolis. The Indy has done a fantastic job before at working over a convoy. Now, again, it'd be really handy if I could separate this thing out into a separate fleet. So, let's see if the Indy actually wants to detach. It does not. No, the Indy is very attached to Task Force 34 and it does not want to leave it. I've been told I need to drag it to the middle of the screen, or to the bottom of the screen, or to the task force list. It just doesn't work. We need a button. Fuck it. Baker Squadron, sorry, Charlie Squadron, I want you to engage. So that's pretty much the whole task force. Yeah, see, this is what I don't want. I don't want to see torpedo bombers going after a convoy. Not if that's perfectly manageable with 2 cruisers. So I don't want the aircraft carrier to launch anything. Hold on unless I tell you to. Get back here. What don't you quite... Oh, hold on. Whose flights are those? Might have been the Diamondback. Don't launch. Okay. Moving on. Task Force 20 has been attacked. Task Force 20 still healthy. Nah, the Coyote's not doing so well. Hopefully the Coyote will survive. I could use that little bit of AA defense that it's throwing at the enemy. Yes, yes, of course we're under attack again. Come on, have at it. Okay, where's the enemy? The enemy is here. I want the Aurora to not be anywhere near the combat. I want the battleships in a column formation And we're going to be sailing sort of at the enemy. Start the battle. Just go as fast as you can. That way. And if you have something to shoot at, then by all means do so. Preferably starting with that battlecruiser. Which I'm assuming is that biggest thing up there. Alright, Tennessee. Maryland. Both of you have already seen quite a bit of combat. We might as well add some more. And they're engaging. Let's see how accurate that fire is going to be. Holy fuck, at that range, that's not bad. That is not bad. Boom, one destroyer less. Who would like to be next? I guess the Shoka. Ooh, come on. There's another DD dead. He's almost gone. There you go. Now take out the Maki. Because that is a battle cruiser, and this is the only thing that could, there we go, could be firing back at me. Looks like both battleships have taken some damage, but I'm not sure if that's thanks to the Maki or due to the air attacks. I'm thinking it... Oh, Tennessee just took a hit. And that's the end of your cruiser. Tennessee took a pretty big hit, but it's operational. I wonder, if I click log after this battle, is it going to tell me that the captain has never seen a fight like this before? That would be interesting. Because they just keep telling me the same thing. What's wrong with that DD? Is this thing just using evasive maneuvers, or does it have, there we go, some parts stuck? Fleet. Log. Both fleets were evenly... What? Evenly matched? 2 battleships and a cruiser against 4 DDs and a battlecruiser? You call that evenly matched? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Alright, bridge. I want Task Force 20 to go back towards the Marshals for repairs. I'm growing quite fond of these battleships. The Tennessee and the Maryland. They might be old, but they have quite a few bonuses at the moment. And even the Aurora, as much as it's getting bombed, is turning out to be quite a good ship. Oh dear. Tennessee is not looking good. Okay, where are we with Task Force 34? Oh right, you were intercepting a convoy. And Task Force... Oh, I hope I can save those. 39 is on patrol. There, 18, that's the one I was looking at. 18 is going to Tarawa for repairs, or, well, resupplies, mostly for the DDs. There is a bit of fuel, but not much, and I want to buy some new aircraft. Task Force 20. Oh my dear Tennessee, you're not looking good. Task Force 34. I'll look into you in a minute. The Hellcats don't have the range, unfortunately. They cannot do anything. Alright, let's look into Task Force 34 before my carriers somehow manage to get themselves killed. It wouldn't be even the first time. Let's see, we are here. Oh, they're pretty close. Okay. This is the Boise and the Indy. Turn them around. Formation column. Not sure if we're coming up on their stern or their bow. Carriers, I want you to stay out of this mess. Oh yes, they're immediately engaging. But... no, the enemy's moving away from us. Alright. I Engage the target. Pretty much engage any target. Shigenura Maru. I'm getting a bit nervous about TF-20. TF-20 is constantly under air attack, and there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. Don't fire at me. I'm the one doing the shooting. You're just supposed to be on the receiving end of things. That's an oil tanker. It's not even dead yet. Come on, kill off the Senko Maru. These guys are definitely biting back. Just seems that so far, both the Indy and the other ship are not too impressed. Master of the High Seas. This could do with a bit of a tooltip. Now I'm going to fire a star shell, hoping that that is going to give me a little bit more info on where the enemy is. Is that the star shell, or is that some... Ooh, ow. Come on, Boise. Keep fighting. Sure. Yep, there's the star shell. Look at that. Now we can see where the enemy is. We have perfect vision on them. And I think that fire is going to be more accurate. Which is excellent. It means that we can do with this convoy a whole lot faster. I've got to say that ever since I sunk those 5 aircraft carriers near Johnston, the enemy is pretty docile. It feels like I can handle everything that they throw at me. They simply don't do enough damage. They keep sending out smaller task forces of cruisers and destroyers. Maybe stuff that they still had in port somewhere, but other than that, it is really nothing that's not being handled properly by my battleships and my aircraft carriers. So maybe the carriers need a bit of adjusting. Holy crap, Boise, are you planning on boarding? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not boarding that thing anymore. Why are you getting this close? Oh! Yeah, that's fair enough. He went in for a torpedo run. I didn't even know you guys had torpedoes. But sure. Okay, enemy fleet destroyed. Excellent. Now we can keep the Task Force 34 close here. Let's see if we can take over Tulagi. Let's see how 20's doing. Ooh. Not very good. Not very good at all. Are you at any way going to be able to help? Lexington? Not quite. Not quite. This task force is steaming up at maximum speed. Oh, Tennessee, Aurora. Come on. Task Force 34 is engaging. The Baltimore-class heavy cruiser is now available to build at any shipyard. Very nice. Let's see, if is one of my task forces ready to receive some new aircraft yet? Which one was it? Task Force 18, okay. 20. 20's alive. But that's about it. They still don't have the range. Oh, this is gonna suck. You're sending an ASW bomber against my battleship? That's a curious choice. Yep, so much for the Aurora. Shit. 3 dive bombers. Task Force 34 is engaging the defenses at Tulagi. We're engaging with an amphibious assault. How far can those fighters reach? Still no air cover for the battleships. Come on. Townsville? Where's that? East Australia. Oh. Alright. Task Force 34. Yeah, you guys are working over Tulagi, if I'm not mistaken. TF-40, I think, is almost reaching its destination. What are they engaging with here? 4 heavy cruisers. Let's see if we can get those guys on their way out. 20. Let's see if we can get these guys home. They're doing 11 knots. We've successfully occupied Tulagi. And that gives me another 500 war bonds. Scout out the Japanese base in Leh. Look at that, we have 1,462 war bonds. That is a lot of stuff that I can buy. I can upgrade this to a minor port for 1,000 war bonds. I'm not sure how much that's going to actually get me. I do need to save quite a few of my war bonds for the upgrades to the Lexington and the Hornet. Do we have any new ships yet? Yeah, you guys are going to be ready, but we need another amphib assault in 7 days. So that's going to take a while. You know what? I'm going to cut the episode here. I think this is good progress for one episode. We're getting new planes. We're getting a lot of battleships, a lot of new ships that we can build. I'm not building most of them just yet, but we still have a couple of cruisers and oilers that are still coming off. Let's have a look at. Let's see. There's a Victory class cargo ship. How do you differ from what we can already build? 11 knots. Range 20,000, displacement 14,000 tons. Speed 17, range 20,000. 2 times 4.7 inch guns, and these guys are completely unarmed. They are, however, a little bit more expensive. I think this could be an interesting addition to the fleet, because they're about 50% faster. That's valuable. Now about the Baltimore. Where is the Baltimore? There's the Baltimore. Baltimore class heavy cruiser. Local AA strength is really good. It has advanced radar, it has spotter aircraft, it has 9 8-inch guns and 12 5-inchers. Time to build 48 days? Are you kidding? I can get an aircraft carrier in less. There's only one that I cannot build, and I think that might be the Iowa. Oh, sorry, days to build 87. Haha, my bad. I cannot get a carrier in 40 days. Well. By the way, a small note on these. The days to build are probably going to be tied to the difficulty and also to pretty much what version of the game you have, because I think there might be some balancing. So it's probable that if you're watching this in, I don't know, a year's time, maybe something as little as a couple of weeks' time after it was released, that these numbers might be different and it doesn't take 3 months to build an aircraft carrier. Who knows? Anyway, I'll be looking into more shipbuilding next episode. For now, this is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for the next one.